Welcome back to the online classes, dear students. Once again, we are here to learn something. So yesterday I had started the new chapter, lesson 3, The Midnight Visitor, written by Robert Arthur, and we had seen how Fowler was disappointed in the beginning because he was with the Ausable, whom everybody said was a secret agent and very clever, very brave, and till night he did not have anything regarding any story regarding Ausable to write. But in the night, when they came to the room, they saw a person standing. Max, especially Max, he is also another secret agent working for somebody else, some other country. So he also was standing there with the pistol pointing towards them. And Fowler was very much thrilled with this because he knew now that something will happen in this room. So let us continue reading the chapter and I will explain to you. So listen carefully. Max was slender, a little less than tall, with features that suggested slightly the crafty, pointed countenance of a fox. There was about him, aside from the gun, nothing specially menacing. The report, he murmured. The report that is being brought to you tonight concerning some new missiles. I thought I would take it from you. It will be safer in my hands than in yours. Ausable moved to an armchair and sat down heavily. I am going to raise the devil with the management this time, and you can't bet on it, he said grimly. This is the second time in a month that somebody has got into my room through that nuisance of a balcony. Fowler's eyes went to the single window of the room. It was an ordinary window against which now the night was pressing blackly. Now Max was a kind of a very thin fellow and much height also he had, and his features or his body expressions was kind of a very crooked, very wicked type of person he was. He just stood there with his gun and told to Ausable. He told him to give him the report, the paper for what he is waiting for, the paper concerning the new missiles. He was waiting for the person to come and hand him over, hand those papers to Ausable, the very secret papers of a missile, and for that only Max had come to take from him. As earlier or yesterday when I said that Ausable told that many men and women have risked their life to protect that secret paper. No, that same paper Max was waiting for to take it. Ausable did not show any kind of fear. He just smiled at Max, went to his armchair and just sat down there, as if nothing happened, or he was least bothered about what Max is going to do with him. He was least bothered. He just went and sat there, smiling there, and he just said to Max and Fowler that this time he is going to mess up with the management, the hotel management, because this is the second time, according to Ausable, it is the second time in the same month that somebody has got inside his room through the balcony. Now Fowler and Max both looked towards the window where Ausable was pointing. It was just not any important window. It was just an ordinary window, and outside it was black because night. So both of them were taken up by Ausable's this statement that this is the second time that someone has got inside his room through that window, and he is going to mess up with the hotel management regarding why they haven't done anything regarding this window, which he had already told many times to them. Balcony? Max said with a rising inflection. No, a passkey. I did not know about the balcony. It might have saved me some trouble had I known. It's not my balcony, Oswald said with extreme irritation. It belongs to the next apartment. He glanced explanatory at Fowler. You see, he said, this room used to be part of a large unit, and the next room, through that door there, used to be the living room. It had the balcony which extends under my window now. You can get onto it from the empty room 2 doors down. And somebody did last month. The management promised to block it off, but haven't. Max glanced at Fowler, who was standing stiffly not far from Oswald, and waved the gun with a commanding gesture. Please sit down, he said. We have a wait of half an hour, I think. Now, when Oswald said that there was a balcony behind that window, so Max surprised. Max said that I was not knowing that there was a balcony, and not only that, I did not come through the balcony. I came through the main door because I had a duplicate key of the door. And if I knew that there was a balcony, I would not have come from main door. It could have saved me. Many people would not have seen me. So I could have come secretly in your room. Now Oswald started explaining about the balcony, and he said that he was very much irritated with that balcony because that balcony does not belong to him. It belongs to the next apartment. So then he explains to Fowler that this room where they were sitting, that room was a very big room, a very big room it was, and the hotel people had divided that room. So the window became his part of the room, and the balcony came to the next part of the room. So the management management had promised him that they will do something with this window. Either they block it or they remove the balcony. So they haven't done, and that's the reason that anybody can come easily in his room by climbing through that balcony and crossing to this window. So he just made a kind of a picture in the mind of Max that there is a window, there is a balcony beside the window. So Max was now planning, if by chance if he gets when he gets this paper, he will just take it and run away through the window. So he made a kind of a picture in the mind of Max as well as Fowler. They both do not know the structure of this hotel, or they do not know whether there is any balcony outside the window or not. But Oswald made his used his cleverness and made a kind of a picture in the mind of Max that there is a balcony. Now Max asked Fowler also to sit near to Oswald, because they had to wait for at least for another half an hour till the person brings the paper to Oswald. 31 minutes, Oswald said moodily. The appointment was for 12:30. I wish I knew how you learned about the report, Max. The little spy smiled evilly. And we wish we knew how your people got the report. But no harm has been done. I will get it back tonight. What is that? Who is at the door? Fowler jumped at the sudden knocking at the door. Oswald just smiled. That will be this, he said. I thought that such an important paper as the one we are waiting for should have a little extra protection. I told them to check on me to make sure everything was all right. Now, when Max asked Fowler to sit for another half an hour, Oswald corrected him. Not half an hour, 31 minutes. because he said that the appointment was around 12:30 in the middle of the night, and so a lot of time was there. So Ausubel asked Max that if you could tell him, how he came to know about this place and about the report. Max just smiled, crookedly, and he said, "Of course, I will tell you. But before that, you tell me how you got this report." And no people were harmed. I mean, nobody was killed or injured like that. How this paper came in your men's hand, and how it is coming back to you. But then he said that doesn't matter, because whatever may be, nobody will be injured or nobody will be, if everything goes smoothly, if Ausubel cooperate with Max regarding the paper. The moment the paper comes, and if he gives him, Ausubel gives Max the paper, quietly, without any tussle, so nobody will be harmed. Suddenly somebody knocks the door, and Max was shocked. Even Fowler just jumped from his place. He got little scared, because Max was holding the pistol, and now who has come at the door, because this is maybe the time the person might have come little early to give the paper, and again something will happen. So he got little frightened and jumped from his place. Now Max went on asking that who is there. Ausubel, still quiet, smiling there, sitting in his armchair. He just said to Max, to make him more nervous, to make him a little more frightened. He said it would be the police, because he had asked the police to check him, since it was a very important time for him to take the paper, secret paper from the people. So he had asked the police to check him in between in his room, that whether he is safe and secure. There is no problem with regard to the safety of his. So Max was now a little worried that how come police coming in, and Ausubel had played a trick on him. So Max was not knowing all these things. So enough for today. The last part, the climax, we will have tomorrow. Read the chapter carefully once again. Go through the word meanings and write them in your. Stay home, stay safe. Have a nice day. Thank you.